Please be seated. I will now invite Dr. Wilton Littlechild to address convocation.
Tanse, kahkio uktatam skad now. Mä ikon mohteen siikason, ego usauge heo. Tänne, kun mä mistä hinä on kahkio geo, te hiikotse, kenen askum now. I want to first of all acknowledge in my language to you my Cree name, Walking Wolf, and my chief's name, Golden Eagle, from Treaty 6 territory. Your Excellencies, thank you. Thank you to all very sincerely for your invitation to attend this ceremony. Ceremony to witness success. To all graduates of the Faculty of Kinesiology and Physical Education and the Faculty of Information, to your families, to the faculty and staff, to the University of Toronto, congratulations. You have together reached the milestone that brings us here together as a pathway to the future journey we are about to embark on. Today also, as we commemorate the 80th anniversary of D-Day, I dedicate this honor to all the warriors and veterans who have 80 years ago come together today to honor that era. In particular, I want to honor my late dad and my uncle, who were also in that World War, the Second World War. And now, may me please now, with your permission, to share a couple of stories, because I'm so thankful that you've chosen, some of you, a path that I was on as well in physical education. You may have heard about the residential schools and the legacy and history of those schools. As a witness and with personal experience of how we were treated as children, little children, I count all my blessings to you today. You see, many nights I would go for a long run by myself in loneliness, sometimes just to cry, sometimes to pray, Lord, please don't allow me to be the one to be assaulted tonight. Then running became a solace. I ran from abuse to sports. I have said many times in public, sports saved my life. You see, in residential school, if you're on a sports team, sometimes you got to eat better. Sometimes you got to leave the compound for a few hours or so to compete with another school. But then I found running made me feel good. I discovered a winning spirit. I'm sure you have that spirit as well as graduates. If you remember a day when you had a report card and you had good marks, you had a feeling there. Or you scored a goal, or you accomplished another success, you had that feeling. By the way, it's not about beating somebody else when I talk about winning spirit. It's by winning over yourself in your goals. You accomplish a goal like you all are today. Some set goals, and some get goals. How do you get goals and set goals in life? I asked old man one time, and he said one word: balance. It took me many years to discover what he meant when he said balance. But later on, it was a formula for success and winning in life. See, there are 4 elements, he said. There's a physical wall, like a foundation wall. There's a mental wall. The first is about exercise and to be careful of what you put in your mouth. The second, about discipline and be careful about what you put in your mind. So this balance, if you weigh too much to one side of those 4 walls, the third being a cultural element, being proud of who you are. But lastly, the 4th wall, the most important wall, is about spirituality. My grandma used to say to me, never be afraid to pray. Older man also said, there's no wrong way to pray. So as I began to understand about this winning in life, I recall in physical education 3 incidents. First, as an athlete playing baseball, I was up to bat one day, and I was waiting for the pitch, and his fan hollers from behind, "Hey, you dumb Indian, go back to the reserve." Well, in spite of all the good coaching, I heard that remark. Well, guess what? A few months later, I'm in the West Indies. I'm playing in an all-black league. There's only 2 non-black players, one from the US and myself. And wouldn't you know it, guy behind me hollers, "Hey, Whitey, go home." So I discovered sport could be an equalizer. But sport also does other things. The power of sport. I was in gymnastics one day, and I was on the rings, and I fell off the rings, and on the floor I'm moaning and groaning, and my gymnastics coach, phys ed teacher, comes over and he says, "Willie, so long as you're down there on the floor, why don't you do some push-ups?" So then it reminded me, I got a 0 in English, a 0. I went to the dean and I said, "I want to transfer out of this class." And he said, "No, Willie, you stick it out." I said, "It's easy for you to say, you've got all of your degrees there already." He said, "No, you stick it out." So I went back to class, and I found a student had minus 13, and another student minus 27. My 0 started looking better. You see, I learned sport does many things for you. So graduates, when things get tough, as they sometimes will, stick it out. Keep going and help someone else get going. When you fall, keep pushing up and be positive. That reminds me, my son one time, he said, "Dad, I flunked my math." I said, "Now, son, we're a positive family here. We want to be positive about school." He said, "Dad, I'm positive I flunked my math." So when you fall, keep pushing up and trust in great spirit. If you get knocked down, keep getting up and stay positive. I tell these stories because they're lessons in life for me in physical education. We're all blessed and gifted to have an opportunity given to us by Creator, Great Spirit, however you acknowledge God. We are gifted, as my longtime friend here, Bruce Kidd. He exemplified that. Thank you, Bruce, for all the work you've done here for all of us. You see, this friendship has lasted us and outlasted other challenges we've had. So when the old man said balance, he was talking about the physical and the mental and the cultural and spiritual element of life and how you need to be guided by those. Most importantly, spirituality. You see, graduates, whether it's in information, whether it's kinesiology, or whether it's in physical education, sport has the power to bring people together. As Nelson Mandela once said, sports has the power to change the world. And think about that, graduates, because you also have that key to change the world now going forward, whether it's with power of information, whether it's with kinesiology that helps healing, or whether it's physical education. You have the key now, even if it's 3 keys in one, to advance reconciliation, to advance peaceful relationships. You see, the warriors that went to the war that we commemorate today, they went there so that we can have peace, so that we can have democracy, and so that we can have freedom. So today, be mindful of your keys and your contributions. Together, we can all strive to advance reconciliation. As I've come to call it, it's actually about reconciliation, and the action now is up to you. Go out and get goals. Feel that winning spirit in all your pursuits of excellence. Lift each other up. You were born to win in life. As Chancellor Patton and President Gertler would say in Latin, et cum spiritu tuo. I say to you, hai kinanas kompna. Thank you very, very much for behalf of my family. Hai.